Hey, it's Vandalyn Smith here with Living Benefits Wealth, where we discuss the life and life insurance. And today I want to talk a few minutes about the American Dream. The American Dream. Now, when I was younger, I was very excited and sold on living the American Dream. I mean, sign me up, sign me up. That's how I felt when I was younger. You know, the American Dream. Go to school, get a good job, buy a house, blah, blah, blah. Right? But now that I'm older, I realized that the American Dream was a bunch of BS. More like a nightmare if you didn't go about it correctly. That's if you didn't go about it correctly. And unfortunately, I didn't. I didn't go about it correctly. And I know a lot of other Americans that haven't either. And, you go to college, you're excited, you take out your student loans if you need be, which I did. I took out some student loans. But hey, I figure, you figure it's okay. You're young, you have a bright future, you'll land that good job, you'll pay those loans off. Fast forward, some time passes, and you don't land as good a job as you hoped for. You struggle to pay those student loans. You struggle to pay the student loans, and hey, you're in debt. So what I'm sitting back reflecting on now is, the American Dream sets you up to be in debt. If you don't have the proper tools, the proper knowledge in place to go about it without getting into debt. Because fast forward past the student loan situation, and you may even still have your student loan. Some people end up doing this. You purchase your home. You're excited. But what does purchasing a home do? If you're not paying for it in cash, more debt because you get a mortgage, right? So that's another bill that you're having to pay monthly that's decreasing your cash flow. So you're working, you may be still paying off student loans, and now you have a mortgage. Then let's not talk about all the other credit rabbit holes that we end up going down because you're trying to, maintain a certain lifestyle. I get it. But let's think about what happens when you have children. And you're a little older, a little wiser, and you're thinking, gee, I really don't want my children to end up in this kind of debt. I really don't want my children to have to go through, this same type of process. I don't want them to have to take out student loans. And fortunately, there are better resources out there now. So there's access to more resources. You have more student aid, more means to get access to the student aid. Of course, with the internet and everything is information everywhere about it, which is great. So a lot of students don't have to take out student loans these days because there are a plethora of scholarships and things to apply for, in which there always has been, but you may or may not have known about it because you didn't have access to the World Wide Web. You know what I'm saying? But I want to just talk about how you're going about it correctly. There are some things that were in place. Like I said, the scholarship, information to free money, wanting to fund that entire education. I mean, getting scholarships, free aid, and, not having to take out those student loan would have been a very well-rounded game changer, for a lot of us. And I just, been doing some thinking, and now that I've gotten into the life insurance game, I've learned how life insurance can be used as a wealth building tool, which that is not something that I knew. I didn't know that back in the day. I didn't know that life insurance is more than just a death benefit. You can actually use that life insurance. You can actually use a life insurance policy to help fund your children's college fund. And so that is a huge game changer for me. No, I may not have been able to take advantage of having a college fund open for me to take advantage of, but I know the information, and I did make sure that I get my children one. They each have their own policy that we're using to to set up for their college fund. Now, you may be saying, well, how in the world do I use a life insurance policy for a child's college fund? And I know, I get it. I'm like, how do you do that? And I've learned how to do it. And it's very legal. It's very much legal. So, no, I'm not talking about no scam, no BS, nothing that's going to put you in a nightmare or have you having nightmares. This will help eliminate that nightmare for you. And if structured properly, it'll be a way for you to be able to set up a college fund for your children. Of course, the earlier the better, but it's never too late, because the good thing about having this policy, you have it set up for the college fund, but just say, hey, they decide they don't want to go to college, or they end up getting a full ride to college and you just got that money sitting there. Well, guess what? You don't have to use it for college. You can use it for whatever you want to use it for. And so now that I'm learning more about using life insurance as a wealth building tool, I'm going to make sure that I share as much as I can with you. And you're wondering, who am I? Who am I? You are a person that has young kids. You want them to go to college. You don't want to have to have that burden of worrying about where that money is going to come from. You don't have to worry about them getting in debt, trying to fund their college. You won't have to be in debt trying to fund their college. You understand the importance of your children getting an education, and you want to make sure that they are set up well for the future. You understand the importance of passing wealth to your children so that they can further their dreams, because just think about it. If you give your kids a gift of money once they get older, whatever it is they desire, they can go off and do that without having a burden. And that, like I say, it furthers their dream, and then they can go off into the world and pass it along. They can, do what they're going to do, what they dream to do, and pass it along. And I just think it's a great opportunity to, like I say, pass along that wealth and just be overall in a better off position financially. So if this is something that you're desiring, if it's something, you're interested in learning more about how a cash value life insurance policy can be structured to fund your child's college fund, just send me a message, contact me, and, we'll go from there. We'll get on the phone, chat about it, and see, what your options are, what are your goals and dreams, and we'll go from there. This is Vandalyn Smith, and I thank you for watching.